It's that time, y'all. Time for Big Boys Boxing.
I was gonna rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me.
Kia ora team, and welcome back to Big Boys Boxing. I'm Jono, your host. So something a little bit different for this channel. I'm going to cover a fight that happened over the weekend at super lightweight or junior welterweight, whichever you prefer. There was a disqualification and there is a bit of conversation going on. The fight was between Montana Love and Stevie Spark. So let's get into this. So the fight itself was always going to be a case of Stevie Spark trying to pressure Montana Love, being a slick boxer as he is, trying to counterpunch and land a big shot. So the first round, Montana did exactly that. He was counterpunching. Stevie was trying to get close, but he was being very cautious, using a lot of feints. And I think Montana got the better of the round. It was a close first round. I gave it to Love. Then we stepped into the second. Stevie kept on with that educated pressure. Montana was still looking for the check right hook because he's a southpaw, and the counter left hand over the top. As soon as Stevie threw, then Montana would throw. Montana landed a decent couple of counter shots in that second round before he got caught with an overhand right, and then Stevie rushed him. I think it was 3 left hooks, then a right hand, and down goes Montana Love, and he was hurt. But credit to Love, he got up, he lasted the rest of the round, and came out looking like nothing had even happened in the third round. And then Montana in the third was back to his normal counter-punching, looking for his opportunities, not throwing a lot of volume, but Stevie was doing the same thing as well, using that educated pressure, trying to close the gap. He definitely had the speed disadvantage, so he was being careful. He still got caught with a few good shots, and both the third and the fourth were very similar rounds to me, both to Montana Love in my opinion. But then the fifth round came along, and Stevie's pressure was starting to make Montana Love a bit more uncomfortable. He was getting inside a bit easier. He at one point had Montana Love bailed up in the corner and really went to town on him, enough to easily win the round. And then Stevie kind of backed off later on in the round. He knew he'd won it, so he took that round. But through that fifth round, you could see Montana was trying to close down Spark. Every time he got inside, he was trying to hold him. The referee didn't really say much about it, and the fight goes on. Now the sixth round is where the fight ended. Early on in the sixth round, both guys were trying to throw a power shot at the same time, and they clashed heads. Montana Love got a decent cut on his right eyelid, and the fight was stopped to get the doctor to check out Montana Love's eye. It was quite a good split. Montana was saying in the corner he couldn't see. To me, the fight should have been stopped straight away if he couldn't see, but Montana was saying, no, I can deal with it. And the doctor said to him, okay, we'll watch you for another minute. So that was rather weird. And they got back to the center ring. And at this point, I think Montana Love realized that if the fight gets stopped and it goes to the cards, it's likely Stevie Spark is going to get the technical decision, and he's going to take a loss in front of his home fans in his hometown. It's supposed to be his big coming out party, and it was about to be ruined. So basically, he lost his shit. He lost his rag. He threw a tantrum pretty much, and this is what happened. Check it out. Whoa! And with that, with 2 minutes 13 remaining in the round, the bell rings before Steve Spark even gets up the stairs, and Montana Love is disqualified. So there was a big stink kicked up by his team that He shouldn't have been disqualified. Montana's pleading with the referee. I didn't do it on purpose. It wasn't intentional. I believe it was. And we're going to slow this right down and look at it and make our own determination here. So as the action resumes here, Montana lands a good left. Stevie comes straight back, lands a good right. So Montana tries to grab. He's uncomfortable. Doesn't like that inside work. Stevie comes across again, lands another right. So Montana dives in with his head down, tries to grab. He doesn't like being inside, so he's going to push Stevie back to the ropes here. Bounces off the ropes. And there, the referee has got his hands on Montana Love, saying break. But Montana has his right hand hanging onto the rope there, stopping Stevie Spark from releasing. He can't. But watch this. He pulls on that right hand and pushes with his left shoulder. And that is what causes Stevie Spark to go over the top of the ropes. He didn't even release him until he was nearly right over. Stevie Spark could have got his head caught in the ropes and hung himself. He could have landed on his head or his neck and potentially died. It was a very dangerous situation. And to me, it looked intentional from a frustrated fighter in front of his home fans, having his big coming out party spoiled. If the fight had have been stopped, in my opinion, and most people's opinion, Stevie Spark would have won this fight. Look at these scorecards. The official scorecards aren't actually in yet, but I've seen people scoring 4-1 to Spark. But I scored it the same as this. 3 rounds to 2. But in my opinion, that was definitely intentional due to frustration. All of those culminating factors made Montana Love lose his shit. He couldn't handle the jandal, and now he got disqualified. So take your medicine without the moaning and bitching, because we don't need this stuff in boxing. This is boxing. This is pugilism. It's not a street fight. It's not WWE. It's not MMA. So get that shit out of boxing. Learn how to control yourself, control your temper, or get the fuck out of boxing. Simple as that. Now let us know in the description below what your thoughts are. Do you think it was intentional? I see even after the fight, Eddie Hearn was trying to calm down Montana Love, saying, look, the decision's made, even if it's the wrong one, we'll appeal it on Monday. I can't see there being an appeal after they watched the replay, to be honest. I think Eddie Hearn had to say what he had to say to his fighter to calm him down, and his promoter. He has to say things to please the fighter, you know, make him feel like he's got his back. But you can't have someone's back when they do that shit. So I'm glad Montana Love got disqualified. I have nothing against the dude until that point. Now I do. What are your thoughts? I look forward to reading your comments. I'll catch you in the next one. I'm Jono from Big Boys Boxing, and I'm out. See you!